Take two. Action. Quiet on the set. Hey, Lou. Jesus, Zuck, and Larry Ellison walk into a bar. Who's paying the tab?
This week, I got to say Ellison, my man.
Absolutely. I mean, $86 billion one day net worth change increase. That's not too shabby.
Matt, the guy is making millions on his hobbies. I mean, he co-founded and funded the GP sales series, and they're crushing it. And that's just his Sunday hobby.
Well, listen, tell me about that. That's more up your alley than mine, this whole sailing gig.
Matt, I got to tell you, it's so difficult to break into American sports between Major League Baseball, football, hockey. There's just no room for not only the American bandwidth, but also for TV time, right? And this guy funds the SailGP. It's become part Formula One, part international intrigue, and it is a high-tech racing on water. The guy has literally reinvented sports. It's basically Red Bull on sailing boats, and they are selling out every event.
Well, I guess that's what you do when you have a lot of billions of dollars and you made $86 billion in a day. let's race some boats. Anyway, that's not the only reason he's in the news. I mean, if you've seen what's going on with TikTok lately, he paired up with Rupert Lachlan and Michael Dell, and it looks like they're going to be buying TikTok and running it.
Matt, I am not a big fan of government overreach. However, when you see something nefarious happening and the government needs to get involved, I think this is a good move.
Well, you know what? If you go to China and you look at TikTok, the algorithms are totally different from what my kids are searching on TikTok to what they're doing over there in mainland China. It's completely different, right? And it's actually a huge security risk that we found out over the last couple of years because they're actually collecting the data and everything that people watch and what they do. So I am actually okay with this move, considering we're going to have 6 out of 7 board seats on there, and the algorithm's going to be secured and controlled by Ellison. I think it's a great move to keep money in the US, because let's not forget, there's a lot of small business owners out there that have TikTok shops set up where these influencers and creators, this is their only form of income.
TikTok made in USA, baby.
Let's see how it turns out. I think Trump actually signed the order yesterday, and now it's up to Mr. Xi to sign it.
I think DT47's been busy lately. He's actually at the Ryder Cup right now on Strong Island.
Yeah, I saw that. He got another standing ovation walking in. Speaking of DT47, he's had a busy week. Seems he's had a busy few weeks since the inauguration. But so has Zuck, man. Did you see he just released his new Meta glasses?
Would you buy those, Matt? You're a lot cooler and a lot hipper than I am. Would you buy those?
So when I was in Portugal, one of the videographers actually had the glasses, and he had us all wear them, and it recorded what you see. So it was like a firsthand experience. They're actually really cool. The other thing, though, is the fact that you can actually translate languages while you're wearing them, right? So if you're speaking to me in Italian, I'm wearing those glasses, I'm going to hear it in English, which is a huge, huge benefit.
But if I'm looking at you while you're wearing those glasses, do I see the hint of a screen or blue light, or only you see it on your side?
So I'm assuming from what they said, I haven't tried them out yet, there's going to be a small screen that only the person wearing the glasses can see, not the person looking at you. So we'll see where it goes. Another handy gadget. But also, again, you're competing with, does somebody want to really wear glasses the whole time? I mean, you already do it, Lou, so.
Well, I mean, not everybody can rock the glasses like I can. Come on.
But I mean, that brings up something else, though. So you're going to be walking around, and it's bad enough that everybody has a camera in their pocket on their phone. You're not going to know if you get recorded or not by anybody.
But wasn't that always the challenge with wearables, right? Do you even know what that person is wearing or using, if it's on his shirt or it's on his glasses, or at least if it's on his phone, he's either calling someone or talking to someone?
Oh, listen, truth of the matter is the world's going to get a lot more PG because you don't want to get caught out there doing something you're not supposed to. Like my grandmother always said, don't do something you don't want to read about on the front page of the news tomorrow.
Hey, personally, if I can go through life without having to lug around my iPhone all day, I wouldn't mind if I had something like on on this very nice sweater vest. Come on, it'd be great.
Well, listen, one thing's for sure, it's definitely going to be one of the hottest selling items this season. And Apple's new lineup too, with the new AirPods and also the new iPhone. I think it's going to be a big tech Christmas. Now, the holidays is not always about joy when you're a retailer, and you wrote a great article about that. So let's jump into that.
Inventory, baby. Inventory. You can't start soon enough, Matt. It is almost October. And before you know it, the holidays are right around the corner. Now, I know for us consumers, we're not Christmas shopping yet. But if you're a retailer and you have to order products from overseas and you've got to fill those shelves, now is the time to stock up. And stocking up means you probably need a little bit of working capital for that inventory financing.
So, DT47, he's all about more business here in the US. And you see what he did with the visa? $100,000 to get an HB1 visa.
Big fan, huge fan. Now, this is the problem with the news. News reporters and editors love these one-line big $100,000 bad, visa bad. But let's peel back the onion and read about the details. These are jobs that are only available to foreigners if the American labor market cannot fulfill them. Okay. And then it is assumed that those foreigners are being paid less than an American employee. So what's wrong with getting a skilled laborer to pay, an employer to pay $100,000 if they bring in that skilled laborer from overseas? I've got no problem with it.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. There's been a lot of abuse in the system, okay? Because you can get
Amen to
somebody,
that.
you got people coming out of college right now. They have IT degrees. They're good for they can do the job, but they're going to cost $170,000 to $200,000. When now, well, before the $100,000 tariff, let's call it again, on bringing somebody over, you can just go to India, you can get somebody here, and you can pay them probably half the price, $80,000. Now, I mean, if you really think about it, the largest companies that are using these are Meta, Amazon, Apple, right? They account for 40% of all the H-1B visas. Now, that's not all. You have these middlemen involved with H-1B visas. So Meta, Apple, and Amazon, they may be paying an $80,000 salary, but you got a middleman company set up here in the US that's only paying somebody $60,000 and keeping that $20,000 spread, and actually just importing people from India on almost a daily basis.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Matt. Big fan. H-1B. You bring in skilled labor. Got to pay for the skilled labor.
DT scared a lot of people when he announced this, because the large tech giants out there actually told everybody, "Hey, if you're on an H-1B, don't leave the country."
Well, he loves to work his TikTok, right?
It's going to be interesting to see if they adapt to AI even more now, these large tech giants, or they continue to pay the $100,000 fee.
No, Matt, you have to. You can't delegate all work to AI. I mean, you need skilled labor. Does America have a glut of qualified labor? Yeah, we always have, right? We in the 80s we need registered nurses. In the 90s we needed skilled laborers and farmhands. We've always had a glut. That's the beauty of an evolved ecosystem.
So that's also another issue, right? We're talking about tech right now in the HB1 visas, but what most people don't realize is there's pockets in America, especially in the Rust states, right, and in the Midwest, where we don't have that many hospitals and we don't have any nurses, so we have to actually bring them in. So now I don't see a hospital coming out and putting $100,000 in for a nurse to come in. Meanwhile, it may be more profitable in the tech sector, but I have a feeling Christine Noem, she can waive that fee if she wants to, depending on the situation.
She'll waive the fee based upon economic circumstances, and then you may reinvigorate young Americans to go to nursing school.
Yeah. So I guess DTT is trying to trim the fat. Speaking of trimming the fat, did you know SlimFast was still around?
SlimFast? Is that like that diet drink?
Yeah, you remember Tommy Lasorda back in the 90s?
Hey, you don't need that anymore. You got that, what are those things called? The GLP-1s? You don't need SlimFast.
That's what they're saying, man. I didn't even know they were still around, but essentially Heartland Food Products just bought them. Unilever sold them off in 2018, and then Heartland's buying them now, and I guess one shake for dinner, one for breakfast. What was it? One shake. Have one shake for breakfast, one shake for lunch, and have a sensible dinner.
Matt, I've got a theory. They're going to make SlimFast a cool protein drink. They're gonna surf that protein wave and go right into the supermarkets.
Well, the truth of the matter is that's all they really were to begin with. In the first place, they were the first ones doing it. They lost the market, right? Now there's protein shakes. I remember you'd have to buy protein powder and mix it, but now you can walk into a 7-Eleven and get a protein shake right off the shelf.
You could get one at Starbucks.
Yeah. Wait, Starbucks just started selling protein, right? In their coffee? This is more recent, isn't it? Time for quick hits from around the web. Quick hits from around the web, damn it. All right. Time for some quick hits from around the web. Lou, you're up first, and this one is ripe for you. The Caveman Olympics.
What is that?
I don't know, some type of prehistoric Topgolf? No, essentially what they're doing now is they're throwing spears.
Spear chuckers?
Yeah, what is this? I don't even know what this is, bro. In Vermont. Okay. So essentially,
humanity's first sports tech upgrade. Think of it as prehistoric Topgolf, but with more mammoth hunting vibes and less beer cart service. Caveman Olympics. Vermont just hosted a competition where... Matt, we're going to start with the quick hits from around the web. Caveman Olympics. Vermont is hosting a competition where people throw ancient spears. Spear chuckers in Vermont?
They must have a lot of time on their hands. It's like prehistoric Topgolf.
Vermont went from ski chalets and what's that ice cream brand?
Ben & Jerry's.
They went from ski chalets and Ben & Jerry's
Let's do this. Let's do this part again, right? Time for all right. Time for some quick hits from around the web. First up, we got the Caveman Olympics. Vermont just went total Fred Flintstone, Lou.
Matt, we've got Vermont spear chuckers. They just went from ski chalets and Ben & Jerry's ice cream to chucking spears. I have no idea what's going on up there. If I were you, I'd reach out to your Brooklyn roots and call up your boy Bernie.
Listen, it's kind of like a prehistoric Topgolf. Not a fan of Vermont. Never been. Never want to go. Not for me.
Next.
So, according to a YouTube pastor, on September 23rd and September 24th, the rapture was coming. People actually went out and they sold their houses. They sold all their personal belongings, waiting for the Savior to come. I guess he RSVP'd and never showed up.
Matt, my gut is telling me that pastor was wearing a lot of rings and a shiny polyester suit.
What is it called? What is the tray? Donation tray?
The tray? The donation basket?
Yeah. So, okay, after he says shiny rings and polyester suit, put this in there. You ready? Jorge? And I'm sure he had his donation basket going around.
Ooh.
Lou, out in your neck of the woods, there's a pizzeria owner going viral because he's telling people to shut up and eat the goddamn slice.
That's not very hospitable of him. We don't do that on Long Island. Come on.
Listen, if you're gonna order a salad without lettuce, you deserve to be yelled at. Bottom line.
Oh, so is he one of those like soup Nazis for pizza?
That's pretty much what it is. There's a lot of these guys showing up on the internet these days. You walk in and, God forbid you sit down and you eat pizza with a fork and a knife, you're getting slayed.
How else would you eat it other than a fork and a knife?
You're fired. Anyway,
right, take us home.
If you have something to say and you want to argue with Luigi about eating pizza with a fork and a knife, drop a comment below and please tell him he's fired.